I don't even usually like I sing or I say something or I do something at this point in time. But I'm at the space right now where I don't even know what to do right now. Congratulations to ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. They're about to have their first child. Um, Bunch of people pregnant right now at this moment in time. But the Rick A Show is back. Season 11. We are now on Latino Pods Network. Let's start the show.
You feel that knock? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped. That's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow sticks. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the menace, my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings in my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.
Welcome to the Rick H Show, Season 11, Episode 1. Now, I know last time you saw my face or you heard my voice, I said this would be the last time. Well, this is the first time after the last time, and we're starting the last time. Whatever. We're back, Season 11. Now you'll be listening to us live every Tuesday at 8 o'clock or pre-recorded. So this episode is going to be pre-recorded for a lot of reasons. I want to thank all my listeners. I want to thank all my supporters. I want to thank all my friends, everybody that has contributed to the show. This one's a solo episode. It's just me. Yeah, I got a lot of things to get off my chest. Craze will be back. You know, some surprise co-hosts will be on. I don't know if I'm gonna have a full-time co-host. I'm not sure. I know Craze and we got something in the works. You know, I'm not gonna talk about it. That's dropping soon. And the Rick H Show is gonna continue producing. So some announcements to make. The podcast will now be on Latino Pods Network. It's a great network that is being started. It premieres February 1st. There's a lot of great Latino podcasters out there. So if you're listening to the Rick H Show and you're curious, there's a couple of shows you should check out. I'll put them on my IG page for you to listen to. The reason why I'm returning is A, the Latino Pods Network, and B, I wanted to be more personal this time around. I wanted to, yes, the show has my name on it, and I'm pretty sure if you listen to the show, you know exactly why. But I wanted to be more personal, more about my life, more about things that are going on in my mind, and you know, just things that are going on in the world as well. So that's why this episode is titled Changes. Usually you see Craze or a third co-host or my brother with me. Changes this season, that's one of them. It most likely will be me steering the ship, followed by some guest surprises, guest appearances. So get used to just hearing my voice and drowning yourself in this monotone voice that is mine. So last time we spoke, I had a double episode with some amazing, amazing dudes that I look up to. I had Juan Bago O and Jerry Diaz on my show at 7, and then at 8 o'clock. Please listen to and watch or whatever both these episodes. They were super funny. Then I did an episode called Down with the Kings, which is my boy T5K, Ivan Manito, my brother, Nueva York, you already know, regular on the show, and Chicho. We got to have Chicho finally on the show, so it was super funny. You should check out both of those episodes. But a lot of things happened from that time frame. So personally, this is like I said, it's a personal podcast. It's more of a in-depth look of me now at this point of view. Um, I was in the middle of purchasing a home with me and my wife. I'm married. I'm married and I have a son. So okay, fast forward, me and my wife were looking for a house, and if you've ever, we're gonna cover that this season, by the way. If you ever bought a home or purchased a home, it's one of the most hectic times in your life. Um, we closed on our house in December. We kind of, you never know the actual closing date, which is annoying. So I was recording the episodes, and I had a bunch of episodes planned, but I didn't know the closing date. So I was gonna do a ton of things and be moving into a house. And my wife is, by the way, pregnant with my daughter. So it was a lot of things going on. I'm also in school. I also work full time besides doing the podcast. So it was a lot on the plate. I would have to also be moving, settling into a new home, uh, getting the home ready for the arrival of our new baby, and all those different things. And it was gonna be our first home. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from podcasting. Crazy and I already had a discussion on what 2022 would look like, what the show would look like, what it would sound like, what it would feel like. And this is the completely different show. This is not the Rick H show. So I had a long discussion with people in my inner circle, and I decided I was going to not quit podcasting, but end this show and continue on a different show. Um, So we closed on the house. We moved to the house. Our house was moving ready. Beautiful house. If you follow me on Instagram at Rick Hero or at the Rick H Show, you'll see certain pieces of the house. I don't never show my entire house because let's face it, who would do that? But beautiful house. I got my own space, my own soon-to-be studio, which is where I'm recording from right now. My kids are gonna have their own rooms. Big backyard, beautiful house, beautiful house. Thank you to the people that worked with us to get this deal done. Um, you might get to know some of those people during this season. You might also get to learn on how you purchase a home, get some tips and stuff like that. So stick around. Season 11 is going to be a lot of information, a lot of good entertainment, and some comedy coming your way. So you know, just stay tuned. Okay. Um, so uh, I had been working um, on this deal where I would join a network, and um, conversations moved forward. They progressed. Things happened, and I signed on to the network. And I wanted to essentially produce the show the way I'm doing it right now, and um, do it from a different perspective or different point of view. I interviewed a ton of people. I did special events. I did cross podcast collaborations. I collaborated with some amazing podcasters. I am a podcaster at heart. I went back to school. I originally was studying media, and then I switched my major years ago. And then when COVID hit, I went back to school and I was like, I'm going to get a bachelor's in media. I'm going to finish media. I'm going to do that. So I'm currently in school. I'm currently working full time. I'm currently a full time dad. I'm currently a full time husband. I'm also a brother, a son, and all that other good stuff that comes along with it. So it's a lot on the plate. But this is something that I enjoy doing. I have a passion for. So when I signed the deal, I had a conversation again with that same close circle, and they were like, you know what? You shouldn't stop. A lot of people outside the circle were saying you shouldn't stop. You should continue. You shouldn't. When's the next show? But a lot of people in the circle were saying you shouldn't stop X, Y, and Z. So hence, this is where we are now. So those were the changes that came with the show. With my life, there's been tons of changes. Like I said, the house, the baby, and all that. Currently, I'm still. This is a pre-recorded session, so by the time this drops, my daughter might be born. Who knows? Um, so a lot of changes have happened within my personal life. Um, it's been a crazy year already, and it's only been 1 month in. Betty White passed away. A couple people passed away. It's like Bob Saget, Betty White, friend of ours passed away recently too. Rest in peace, Jen. Um, so it's been a crazy year, but a lot of years start this way for me personally. There's always like some tough things you got to get through the first 3 months of the year, and then things go smooth sailing from there on out. So those are the changes that have been going on within me, within the show, within the way we're gonna do the show, or the way we're gonna produce it, the way we're gonna put it out. Excuse me. I will have interviews with guests. I will have some 90 Day Fiance people as usual on my show. I will have some music, some art, some a lot of comedy, a lot of comedy. I'm playing with the idea of doing stand up. I wouldn't say, I'm learning. I'm writing my jokes. I'm practicing my bits. I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna take my time just like I did with this. I still wouldn't even call myself. I said it previously, a podcaster, but I have so much respect for people that do this on a day in day out basis that I feel like every day I'm learning. So I wouldn't call myself that. But the same thing with stand up. I'm gonna take the same approach. I'm gonna go slow with it and take my time with it. So those are the changes that are going on right now. Changes to the show also. New theme song. Uh, Art will always be a part of anything I do or anything I produce. So as always, he is the one that delivers the theme song for the show. This song is called Back from the Future, which I previewed last season. So if you saw the episode, the special episode Crazy and I did on his birthday, you might have heard this theme song. So that's the new theme song on the show. What else? What else? A couple things I'm working on, a couple things I'm writing that you can expect from me this year. Um, I'm toying with the fact of doing a sports podcast in the summer towards the end of the year. I'm still working things out. It's a passion of mine. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a diehard sports fanatic. And there's just so many stories going on in sports that I would like to talk about on this show, but this show is a little bit more broad, a little bit about my life in general and whole. Um, so I just want to give you on this show 45 to an hour of just entertainment and some stories and some stuff. That's what basically what this show is going to be. Some interview, a lot of comedy as much as possible, because Lord knows we need it. And just I'm going to continue to produce day in and day out for you guys. Uh, if you would like to email me or write to the show, or you would love to be on the show as well, or you would like to be a guest on the show or a co-host, The email is TheRickHShow So you can email me at you can email me RickHShow@gmail.com. The Instagram is at the Rick H Show at Rick Hero. You can follow either or. So that's the social media stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube. Just search the Rick H Show on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it will pop up and you'll see the logo. So there's some segments coming your way. Rick H O versus Rick H O. Oh my God. Rick H versus the world will return to the podcast. Uh, 3, 2, 1 will return to the podcast. Culture versus Vulture News will return, but with a different twist. And a brand new segment, which I'm about to preview right now for you guys, that's called Let's Be Honest for a Second. Okay? These are just random thoughts that come to my mind um, on a daily basis. I write these things down. I always say I'm going to put it on the podcast. I'm going to do this on the show. I'm going to talk about it on the show. But I never do. So I made it a mission of mine to write some of this stuff down now and premiere this segment here on season 11. So let's be honest for a second. Okay. Here we go. So usually on my train rides, I'm always reflecting, I'm always thinking, and random thoughts come to my mind. Um, I was looking through my Instagram feed. And this was a news cycle a couple of weeks ago, so it's not anything new. And it was the story was on 4 media outlets that Kanye was considering going to Russia either to do a concert or something with Russia. Oh no, to do his Sunday service in Russia. And it was a news story on 4 major outlets. And in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck is this news? Like, who gives a shit? Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my short thing on Kanye West. Uh, Amazing producer, amazing artist. Sad that his mom passed away, and ever since his mother passed away and he's married Kim Kardashian, hasn't been the same man. um and his music uh hasn't been the same, you know. I don't know what it is that's going on with him, because I don't want to knock him, you know. The man is a genius, but lately I don't understand. Like, let's be honest for a second. The sneakers, there's a ton of Yeezy sneakers, right? There's some that look good, and then there's some that look terrible. The boots look terrible. The all foam thing that you just, it's like a slipper or a slide or whatever the hell that is, it looks awful. Why would you wear that? And then it's super expensive. Like, and he doesn't wear them himself. It's kind of like the Jordan effect. Like, Jordan doesn't wear Jordans, but people are crazy. Like, they stand in line on the set. I gotta get them. I gotta get. What is the fascination? Explain it to me. Please email me, TheRickHShow@gmail.com. Let me know what is your fascination with Yeezys and Jordans. Please help me understand. So, why is that news, right? Um, Kim Kardashian. I'm not knocking Kim. Uh, do your thing. She's made a huge career out of, you know, the shows, whatever it is that she does. But now every time on social media, it feels like the news cycle is like, okay, what's news? And then they grab everything that's news and they're like, oh, we got to get a Kim Kardashian story in there. Like, why is it mandatory? Do you have to talk about her? Not sure. Um, so those are just like some, and it's, they were married, so it's even weirder that I'm putting the two together right now. But those are some things in my mind, like Kanye. We want Kanye back. We want that real Kanye back. I don't know who this guy is wearing this fugly boots and these weird jackets. That's your thing. That's your style. Cool, brother. But don't know. Don't know. Don't know what's going on there. All right. You need to surround yourself with people to be like, yo, bro, maybe this ain't the wave. Maybe this is not the move. Instead of people saying yes, 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 yes. You know? So that's let's be honest for a second. Um there's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be more spicy. I tend to get in trouble every time I say shit that's on my mind, you know. And I got one more. Let's be honest for a second, right? So I don't know the girl's last name is Brittany. I think it's Brittany Renner. She was on a podcast called something fit, whatever, Fresh and Fit podcast. Never heard of this podcast ever in my life. She did them a favor. So it's apparently produced by academics, or they have something to do with academics. So she was on the podcast, and before they started recording the actual episode, they were having a conversation. So podcasters do this. Like, we'll have a guest on. I normally do it. I speak to my guest for like an hour or two before we even record the show, and we just like get into like a vibe or a zone, and stuff comes up. So one of the guys from Fresh and Fit apparently told her, you know, you're the type of girl that I warn guys about, or that you're not special, or yada yada yada. And she gave that man the fuego. Um, and it was entertaining as shit to watch. But now it's like they created a TikTok or meme video about male podcasters and how we all talk about um, being masculine, and I don't think so. There's some dope ass podcasters out there. They just don't get the love you guys want to give them because they're not talking about bullshit like those guys are. Like, oh, women don't cook, and these dudes like Mozo, Pavel, you know, Jason Rosario. These dudes are actually talking about real shit, right? They're not out here wasting your time. People love shit, bullshit. You know, you love to watch stuff that Hollywood remakes and redoes, and you don't look for original content. You know, you love bullshit, you love drama, you love fake shit. So all these guys that do these type of shows that they talk shit like that, they do that for a purpose, for the purpose of, oh, you got to hear what this guy said, you got to hear what that guy said. I mean, look at the top two podcasters, Joe Budden and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is not a doctor, doesn't know anything about medicine, but yet he's out there talking about all this coronavirus stuff. By the way, Spotify is losing listeners because of it. So now Joe is going to mix in different types of guests. So his point of view won't be all that crazy or all that out there. And then you have Joe Budden, who's been in so many relationships and thinks he's an expert on this stuff. So he gives his point of view. But sometimes your point of view isn't it, bro. And the listeners, they eat this up. Instead of listening to healing toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, and things like that. Like, if those podcasts do exist, you just got to go out there and look for them. So that's my whole point on it. Instead of uh, investing your time, because there's nothing more valuable than your time, into bullshit, why don't you invest your time into things that you might walk away, you might learn something from, you know? That's my, let's be honest. Come on. And let's be honest, people love their bullshit. They love their drama. They love that shit served on a platter. So don't make these memes talking shit about these guys that create these shows, because those guys created those shows just so you could listen to them. So stop giving those people ratings and listens and all that. If you really want to improve yourself, if you really want to hear the male's genuine point of view, go to some of these podcasts that I mentioned and take a listen. or have a listen or watch it if you can. That's my segment for the day. So season 11 is going to be completely different. I'm going to be brutally honest about some things. If you don't like it, I welcome you to come on the show and discuss it with me. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I have said some things on this podcast where it takes a discussion. It's something that I said that began a discussion that I needed to have with someone, or I needed myself. I've learned a lot of things by doing and producing this show. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. It's going to be a short 30-minute episode for today. This is the season premiere of season 11. Well, this might be like a trailer or teaser for what's to come. But stay tuned. Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, the shows will be dropping on all platforms. The show is hosted on OSHA, which is a great podcast hosting site. If you want to try something different besides Podbean or Buzzsprout or any of the other ones that are out there, OSHA.co. It is a French company, and they're doing amazing things with podcast hosting. The Rick H Show is on this podcast hosting site. And let me tell you, the analytics, the detailed information you could input on your podcast is fantastic. So look out for this episode and many more like it. Follow us on Instagram at The Rick H Show, at Rick Hero. Subscribe to our YouTube, The Rick H Show. Follow us on Twitter. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your uncles, tell everybody. Next week, I'll have a guest on the show. I'll be doing an interview live. And there's a lot more to come. I am back, better than ever, in a different space, different mind frame, new home, learning about what it takes to be a homeowner and all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys next week. Much love and respect.
You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped. That's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow sticks. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the minutes my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings to my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.